about how from the early days, Golwalkar apparent every year would spend quite some time in Kerala to try and resist the communist forces there and try and beat the RSS. So that tradition, we have been in the forefront of resisting the communal forces there in a very, because if you see there is a good proportion of the Muslim community, good proportion of the Christian community and Hindus living in harmony, which is not acceptable to the RSS and the communal forces. Our cementing role is very important. So in the last 10 years of Narendra Modi-led BJP government, in a very systematic way they have been attacking. Let us see what is the kind of alternative that the Kerala LDF government there is. If you look at the agriculture sector, in the agriculture sector, one of our main demands of the recent struggle is that C2 plus 50, at least 50% more than the cost of production should be given as MSP. In Kerala, for paddy, that is a few years when the MSP announced by Narendra Modi was 2,183. In Kerala, the paddy was procured at 2,850 rupees. Nowhere in India that kind of procurement. And 85% of all the production also procured. 85%. If you look the national average that is being procured by the paddy or wheat, it is less than 20%. In such a circumstance, the state government is intervening and procuring paddy at 2,850 rupees per quintal. But you see, Narendra Modi came to power in May 2014. In June, the first cooperative policy, they are trying to and centralize it. The very essence of cooperative has been decentralization, so that at the lowest level, our farmers, our workers are getting access to different benefits from credit to production, processing and value addition and so on. That is sought to be attacked under the present BJP-led government. Let us look at the pensions to the Kerala probably is the only state where an agriculture workers welfare board was set up and a pension was fixed. There is a contributory scheme, that is the farmer also has to contribute towards the pension for the agriculture worker. Now today about 65 lakh people in Kerala are getting a pension of 1,600 every month. They need not run around any government offices to get this pension, but it is given in their houses by the panchayat representatives, the government representatives. So that kind of a system is there. In terms of the vegetables, about 16 vegetables, they have fixed a base price. Base price, it is very interesting to note, when we are fighting in North India and other parts, you know, in 2017 in Mandsaur, farmers were shot dead, 6 farmers in Madhya Pradesh. We went to their houses. They were cultivating garlic, bellpie, they were cultivating. And the price, the cost of production, farmers were telling 33 rupees to 35 rupees per kg. BJP government was saying 27 rupees. But in the Neemach wholesale market in 2017, 1 rupee only. In Kerala, for garlic, the base price fixed for garlic is 139 rupees. You see the difference? 139 rupees. For base price for tapioca, 12 rupees. Base price for banana, 24 to 30 rupees. Pineapple, 15 rupees. Ash gourd, 9 rupees. Cucumber, 8 rupees. bitter gourd, rupees 30, snake gourd 30. That is, it cannot go below that. Then the state is intervening. That is there. For instance, if you take rubber is linked to the international prices fluctuation, world market prices and their fluctuation. It is affecting us. But in rubber, the Kerala government is ensuring 180 rupees per kg. It cannot not below that. So the Kerala government is having some kind of a price stabilization which they are doing. That is there. In the last, ever since neoliberal economic policies, different states have been also privatizing the public sector undertakings. In Kerala, the Kerala government is coming forward to take so-called sick units, which the central government is trying to sell off, and they are making it, they have become now profit earning kind of companies or public sector entities under the control of the state government. So this is there. In terms of the wages that is paid, wages that the agriculture workers are getting, there was at one time so well organized agriculture workers union. They will have fixed work hours. Like factory workers are having a fixed time, agriculture workers will work only as much as the union, according to the decided by the agriculture workers union. Because of the strong movement, now minimum around 800 rupees agriculture labor are getting for agriculture work. Rural workers are getting up to 1,200 for different works in construction and all that per day. When we go to parts of Odisha, Bihar, Jharkhand and all that, they are unable to get even 200 rupees. In terms of the food security, very consistently the government has intervened, the MD of government there. During the COVID pandemic period, while everyone was suffering in Kerala, 90 lakh families were given food kit which had not just paddy or not just rice or wheat, but along with that other required essential commodities like the pulses, 3 types of pulses, kandapappu, then pesarupappu, minupappu, coffee, the tea powder, masala, pasupu, mirchi powder,
oil you forgot.
oil also, 2 types of oil, coconut oil and some other refined oil. All this was given. Even the washing soap and bathing soap was given for 90 lakh people. So that kind of an intervention. We have seen the health system from the primary health center onwards. People are utilizing this benefit because it has been updated that way. If you look at the education system, now in a few years back, in my district, there was some parents went to the court because their children are not getting admission in a government school. They want to join the government school. From private schools, people are withdrawing their children and coming to the government schools. That is the level, and they have. It is all in the most modern facilities given in the government schools. Digital interface with the students. Trained teachers are specifically trained in all these. Now new technology is coming, artificial intelligence. Then there is a separate training which is given, and this is also translated down so that the students are benefiting from this. These kind of interventions are being made by the government there. In terms of cooperatives, there are about 16,000 plus cooperatives in Kerala, which are functioning, more than 14,000 of them functioning even now. They are ensuring affordable credit in the for our farmers or the rural population. That is there. Now they are intervening in a big way in value addition, because you see you have coffee, pepper, tea, all these, in which big corporate companies are usually, after processing, they are making huge profits. I will give you one example. During my PhD in research in 2000, 1 kilo of coffee was getting for the farmer 20 rupees. The coffee bean. More is required to make the coffee powder maybe, but 1 kilo of Nestle Blend 37 was being sold at 5,600 rupees. Now farmer is getting 100 rupees per, or a little more than that per kg. Nestle Blend 37 is being sold at 12,000 rupees. 12,000 rupees. So that kind of profit they are getting in this, some of these after value addition or after processing. So in that sector also, the cooperatives are intervening. The BJP government is now trying to bring the farmer producer companies. Professor Aribandi can have another seminar on how these farmer producer companies are also, they are trying to cater to the demands of the corporate companies. But here in the cooperatives, farmers are able to benefit from that. A share of the surplus is being flowed back to the farmers. That is happening. Kerala, I told you, is more a plantation-based economy. And this attack on Kerala is not restricted to BJP alone. During Indira Gandhi's time also, there has been an effort to curtail the fiscal allocations to the state. When EMS Namboodiripad became the chief minister for the second time, in the end of 60s, there was an effort by Indira Gandhi also. But now this government has taken it to a altogether different level. The state is not allowed to borrow. The borrowing limits have been curtailed. Whatever revenues given, if the earlier share of the state was 3.85, now it has come down to 1.85, or almost 50% cut. State is spending on procuring paddy. The central government is supposed to give the fund, but they are not giving on time. They are creating a discontent in the state there, and the BJP and the Congress are building up violent kind of protests in the state. This is in a planned way they are doing. During just before the last Lok Sabha election, paddy about more than 900 crores, which the center had to give, not given. UGC salaries, which the center has to pay, the center's part of which they have to pay, they are not paying. They are delaying. So that among the teaching community and all that, there is some kind of a discontent. And they are, the local BJP, local Congress and UDF are building up protests there. So this kind of an approach is happening. In Kerala, you see, there is under the Life Mission, about more than 5 lakh Pakka houses have been given. In Telangana also there is talk about 2-bedroom houses from the time of KCR. But we should go and compare what is the quality of the houses there and what is the quality of houses. Any idea how many houses built here? 2.95. Telangana is a bigger state. In Kerala, more than 5.5 lakh.
They are not economic. They are not.
Kerala lo 5.5 laksham, 5 lakhs and more has been already given. So that is the and very good housing that has happened. Now what is the Prime Minister telling? Only 72,000 rupees is per house is the contribution of the center. 72,000 only. Can a house be built with 72 Pakka house? Now they are saying you have to put Modi's photo. otherwise no fund. Health center, primary health center, we have a good network in Kerala already. Now they are saying you have to say it is Arogya Mandir or some such name they have come. Ayur Mandir or Arogya Mandir, whatever.
Ayushman Bharat Arogya Mandir.
Arogya,
Ayushman Bharat
Yes.
Arogya Mandir.
but this is a system that has been built by Kerala over the years. There is no contribution of the Modi government for it. So this kind, in different ways, they are trying to harass the government and the people of Kerala. So that is why there was a big protest by the Chief Minister and the entire cabinet in Delhi just about a year or so before. Because this kind of other states are also facing. States like Tamil Nadu are facing similar kind of attacks. But it is much, much more in the state of Kerala. In everything, Kerala is the labor codes came. Kerala said we will not implement. CA said Kerala, they passed a resolution. We are not going to implement.
New pension scheme.
New pension scheme. New pension scheme, you see, they are forcing it because your finance. You see the financially you are strangulating the state. More than, according to one figure, more than 57,000 crores is the loss that Kerala has because of the policies of the central government. Because borrowing limit is not allowed. And you are strangulating the state so that they cannot implement an alternative set of policies. They have to fall in line. That is what this government wants. And Kerala is not falling in line. They are fighting, and that is where we need to strengthen their hands, because they are fighting for all those who dream of a world where workers and peasants can have a dignified life, which they are trying to disrupt. In different ways, they are also trying to create a communal divide. Often we all know the kind of a communal frenzy that was whipped up in the name of the Sabrimala temple entry. So that is there. No new projects in terms of the railway projects. They are not willing to sanction. The state, All India Institute of Medical Sciences, land is identified by the state government, but they are unwilling to give. Viability gap fund for some the port project that is supposed to be, according to the agreement, both state and central should, center's share is there, center is not willing to give. For the national highway, the land taken, more than 5,500 crores has been spent by the state government for acquisition. But that is not taken into account when the allocations are being made. So this kind of, because if you look at the land acquired for the national highway, many of the states, in Maharashtra I went, in Tamil Nadu I went for some programs of the Kisan Sabha. Their demand is Kerala model of compensation is. It is actually many times the market rate is given for acquiring the land. Kerala is a densely populated state, but today that is something which could be possible for the Kerala government to do. Some things here, you see, for instance, some points I would like to read out. Agriculture sector, from 2% growth rate, it has increased to 4.64%, and paddy cultivation, which was in 1.7 lakh hectares, has increased to 2.5 lakh hectares. How is this increase happening? Because of the incentives given by the government. Kudumbashri is a self-help groups. I remember here also you had Dwakra and all such things. more than 45 lakh women are organized under the Kudumbashree. This is an organized force. For during the last floods, the maximum contribution to the Chief Minister's Relief Fund was done by these poor women who have organized themselves. Now they have been given in Kerala tenancy is not that way there. So the women's self-help groups have been allowed to cultivate the wastelands and the government surplus lands. More than 4 lakh such women have come together to cultivate on the wastelands or the government surplus land. So these are initiatives which are not happening in other parts of the country. That is because you have a left front government there that is being. You see, in the industry sector, the public sector enterprises are being privatized by the BJP government, and also our resources are being sold. You have the example of the Vishaka Steel. Our slogan was Vishaka Ukku, Andhra Hakku, Prajala Hakku, whatever you can say. That is being sold. In Kerala, when the Trivandrum airport was being given to Adani, the government told, we are willing to run it. The government demanded that it should be given to the government, but the central government gave it to Adani. Which other state government is taking such an initiative? You see, in the industrial growth also has been increasing 12% to 17%. Public sector, which was say sick public sectors, have become profitable. During the many of them were closed during the Congress-led government. Now 41 public sector enterprises are which were sick and on the verge of closure are now declared as profitable. Also there was this newsprint, that is the newspaper company, I think Hindustan newsprint or so, which also the central government was wanting to privatize. The Kerala government took over, now it is running. And most of the Kerala newspapers also are buying this paper for their newspapers. Social pension I mentioned earlier, the central government social pension. When I marched with the Nasik Mumbai march, the women were getting 600 rupee pension, but that also arrears are there. In Kerala, 1600 is being given without any hiccups. There also the central government is trying to create some problems in this also. You see, in the last 8 years, 61,000 crore was spent on the pension alone in the state. SC/ST welfare, just under the last 8 years, about 57,000 families benefited in terms of the land distributed. In Kerala, the population of the tribals is not as high as in a state like Andhra Pradesh or Telangana. But about 57,000 families have benefited from it. In the public distribution, I have already mentioned how many fair price shops are open. And you see the houses that are being built also. The center's share is 72,000. The Kerala government is giving additional about 4 lakh per house to build this house. So that is something which is notable. There is a different tradition altogether. In every district that I go, the party and the mass organizations. Somewhere the Kisan, those for the homeless, the Kisan Sabha is building house. CITU is building house for the homeless. In addition to the government efforts, we are not of the opinion that that is going to solve, but that kind of a culture is there in the state also. those who have DYFI coming up with houses. In this Wayanad floods and landslide, I went to that place with the Kisan Sabha delegate. Totally 2 villages have been wiped. And I think about 400 people must have died. But the Narendra Modi-led BJP government has not given a single rupee. He visited there 4 months back and he gave a bill of 40 lakh. He has come to visit the state for seeing the floods. 40 lakh bill he has given for his expenses. Earlier floods, helicopter used, army helicopter used. They have asked for the money back. The rice given, they have asked for the money back from the state. Is it happening in any other state? Recently there was Andhra floods, fund was given. Tamil Nadu floods, Comrade Sagar and Krishna Prasad has just written on 8th, they were there. They have, the money has been allotted by the central government. In Kerala, they are not allotting. Just the DYFI has collected more than 20 crore in Kerala for other mass organizations also. Because the central government is not assisting. The Kerala people have not stopped fighting. They are carrying forward the fight. It's a difficult fight. It is a difficult fight. Even electorally it is going to be difficult. They are going to use every weapon in their armory to try and defeat the LDF. The Congress-led UDF in Kerala also is playing a supportive role or making a similar kind of an attack on the LDF government there. But our comrades are fighting. It is to strengthen their hands that these kind of meetings are required. We have also shared these documents everywhere. You see government appointments. In central service, more than 10 lakh vacancies are there in different, if you see railways alone has lakhs of vacancies. Rail accidents are happening. In Kerala, 2,27,800 appointments have been made in last 8 years. If you compare with a state like West Bengal where Trinamool Congress is ruling, they have not been able to give even 15,000 jobs. Bengal is a bigger state, but Kerala 2,28,000 appointments have been given in the last 8 years. So these kind of interventions is there. Poverty eradication is another major issue. There is this slogan of Garibi Hatao from Mrs. Indira Gandhi's time. But in Kerala it has been identified that there are 64,000 families which are below the poverty line. About 64,006 families are below the poverty line or are in extreme poverty. That 64,000 plus families have been adopted by the state government and they are being trying to bring them out of this kind of poverty which is there. If you look, Kerala is the state with the least poverty in India. Only 0.71% of Kerala's population is poor, less than 1%. The same thing if you look at India's figures, even if you go by Niti Aayog figure, which is not very correct, more than 25% of the population are poor. In Modi's own Gujarat, it is much higher, much higher than Kerala. That is the situation. For the agriculture workers, NREG is the national average of work. How much, comrade? It is 50 days per year? 46 or so. 100 is the
39, I think.
Huh?
39 is the average.
100 is the what is supposed to be according to the act. But in Kerala, that is tribal population, 100 days of employment, tribal people. For the overall average, if you see, 67.7%, 67.7 working days. I will tell you, my families, my sisters, my brothers, they are working under the NREGA. It is efficiently being done. Other than that, there is also an urban employment guarantee. No other state has an urban employment guarantee. There is a urban employment guarantee also, under which 26.5 lakh employment days have been generated. So these kind of interventions are there. That is being attacked by the BJP government, and they are trying to ensure that there is no other model to the, no other alternative to the neoliberal economic policies or the corporate Hindutva model. There is no resistance to that. That is what they are trying to do. I am sorry to say, though in the national level the Congress is coming together in the India bloc, they are against in Kerala, specifically the Kerala unit is launching a very vicious attack on the LDF government. That is there. So this is a duty of all of us, because even those who are working on in the left movement, it is these kind of policies and the hope that in every part of the country, in the entire country and also outside, we feel that there should be, people should be liberated, they should have the basic rights and the dignity of life should be there. It is a government there which is trying to ensure that this is strengthened. So we need to strengthen their hands. That is why we are organizing these programs. I would say it is late in the evening, but if in district level, based on the material that we have disseminated to all states, if in the district level in very simple Telugu, if it can be conveyed, it will be very useful. Thank you, comrades.